Leading off for South Georgia, third baseman number 1, Michaela Edwards.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in as we get your softball underway on a Wednesday GCAA conference tournament. One of the 6 teams here will eventually wind up in the national championship, as this one is popped up, dropped into center field, and Michaela Edwards on with a single to begin things for South Georgia. Taking a look at that lineup for the Hawks. Michaela Edwards batting first. Grace Adominus is in the 2 spot. 3-hitter Madison Schrade. Savannah Gamat is batting 4th. Jessica Joyner 5th. Trinity Johnson 6th. Zoe Irby is the 7-hitter. But laid down, throw to first. Then to second. Got the out on the sacrifice. But the job has been done. And Adominus getting Edwards into scoring position. I did baseball last night, and it takes a minute to get readjusted to the speed of this game. A lot faster pace of game, softball versus baseball. Inside with the pitch to Schrade. Jessica Joyner in the 5 spot. Trinity Johnson hitting 6th. Zoe Irby 7th. Madison Martin, the 8-hitter. And Cambry Isaacson batting 9th for the Hawks. Aggressive base running. Edwards taking 3rd. And a base runner. Just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road is an RBI opportunity for Schrade. 2-0 offering. That will get lifted out of play. And the count goes to 2-1. Isabella Ibarra is in the circle for East Georgia State. Behind the plate, Aubrey Clark. First baseman Riley McCray. Second, Jalen Hall. Shortstop is Jada Aikson. And Ariel Reynolds at third. The outfield has Quinn McIntyre. In left, center fielder Paisley Wallace. And Hannah Howard in right. On the campus of Strong Rock. High pitch goes to the screen. Holding at third, Edwards. Schrade giving a walk down to first. And that will put runners on the corners here in the top of the first. Savannah Gamat next to Jessica Joyner. Moving to the on-deck circle. It is a little bit on the warm side. But it's late April, nearly May. We're in the deep south. That's what we're supposed to have. A little on the warm side. Schrade off the second. And a couple of RBI chances for Gamat. Gamat, a .315 hitter this year. 16 RBIs, but an opportunity here to pick up more. Ground back to the pitcher. Ibarra looking back the runner initially, but Edwards still able to come in on the putout that goes 1-3 on Gamat. So Gamat will pick up the RBI. Edwards in to score.
Now batting for South Georgia, the shortstop, number
And to third goes Schrade. Jessica Joyner followed by Trinity Johnson. Popped up on the infield. And coming in from short to make the catch is Jada Aikson. One runner in, one runner stranded as we head to the bottom of the first. Just about all white, Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off for East Georgia, second baseman 18, Jalen Hall.
One nothing advantage. Michaela Edwards, the leadoff hitter, comes in, scores a run in the top part of the first. We head to the bottom of the inning. Jalen Hall will start it off. Launches it to left. There for the catch is Grace Adamus. And Hall with a fly out for out number one. Aubrey Clark, the two-hitter. Jada Aikson batting third. Hannah Howard fourth. Harley Mills in the 5 spot. Quinn McIntyre hitting sixth. Ariel Reynolds seventh. Riley McCray in the 8 spot, and Paisley Wallace hitting ninth. Emily Garrett's in the circle for the Hawks. Madison Schrade behind the plate. Trinity Johnson at first. Second baseman Cambry Isaacson. Shortstop Jessica Joyner. The third baseman Michaela Edwards. And in the outfield, Grace Adamonis in left field. Center fielder Zoe Irby, and the right fielder is Madison Martin. That is floated towards left and out of the park. Home run, Aubrey Clark. And a tie ball game with one swing of the bat. Aubrey Clark with a solo home run. One apiece with Jada Aikson next. Swing and a miss by Aikson. Hannah Howard moving to the on-deck circle. That is another jack out of the park. Back-to-back round trippers. And the lead belongs to the Bobcats. Aikson and Clark going yard. Hopping on the pitch as Aikson sends it yard in this ball game. Now a 2-1 contest. And if there were butterflies, they're gone. Bobcats have ignited the fireworks early. And it's a 2-1 ball game after the meeting with Garrett in the circle. Hannah Howard coming to the plate. Harley Mills to the on-deck circle. East Georgia had only hit 11 home runs this year. And we'll sneak past Johnson at first. And Hannah Howard will pull into second. So a base runner in scoring position for Harley Mills. As the extra base hits keep coming from the Bobcats.
Now batting for East Georgia, the designated player number 2, Harley Mills.
Quinn McIntyre to the on-deck circle. Johnson, Irby, and Martin when you get to the top of the second for South Georgia State. A little bit outside with the offering. Gorgeous day underway here in Strong Rock. We expect to be joined by the commissioner of the GCAA, Dave Elder, at some point. As you got to walk Given to Mills. Now, he says he is stuck in traffic. I don't know that we can verify that. I'm thinking he might have slept in late. Just recently stopped by McDonald's for a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin. And we'll be en route shortly. I could be wrong. That's a base rap into left field. Howard coming home to score. McIntyre with an RBI single. And East Georgia leads at 3-1. Mills moving to second. Couple of base runners aboard. One of the two in scoring position for Ariel Reynolds. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate. Emily Karen on the year, a 3.41 ERA. 8-13. Made 31 appearances. Pitched 123 innings. Runs the count even at 2 on Reynolds. Riley McCray to the on-deck circle. A little bit outside with a pitch. Four games today here, one game in Alabama today. As that'll get out of play. 10, 1, 4, and 7 o'clock games here. All Eastern, and a 3 p.m. Central game in Bay Minette today. That will pit Gadsden State against Coastal South. Here you got a couple of teams waiting to play later. Got a first-round bye, Georgia Military and Gordon, as that will get out of play. So a 3-hour window for the games. And generally speaking, should be able to get a game in and the field prepped in 3 hours, but you never know. Popped up on the infield, calling for it at second, Isaacson. And Reynolds out number 2. That's got Riley McCray to the plate. Paisley Wallace moving to the on-deck circle. I mentioned it is a little bit on the warm side and supposed to get warmer. Currently 74 degrees, should warm to 84. No mention of rain until maybe Friday. Let's hope it's accurate for today and tomorrow and wrong for Friday. Air quality 29 and good. UV index 5 and moderate. Feels like 77. Winds out of the south-southwest at 5, gusting to 10. 71% humidity. That's a nice stop at short by Joyner. And we'll get into second baseman Isaacson. 6-4 goes to put out. Gets McIntyre. 2 stranded, 3 in. And we have played 1.
Leading off the top half of the second inning for South Georgia, number 15, Trinity Johnson.
Top of the second, 6th spot in the order. Trinity Johnson starts, and Zoe Irby and Madison Martin 2 up in the inning as well. Palmcats with 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Compliments to back-to-back solo shots, Clark and Akeson. And the South Georgia State lead lasted about 5 at-bats. That is sent towards the wall inside of the park. Trinity Johnson with a solo home run. Well, I think we know what the order of business is going to be today. Jack him out of the park. We have had 14 at-bats and 3 home runs. Zoe Irby next. Madison Martin moving to the on-deck circle. Foul back to the screen. Well, Dave Elder has arrived. The GCAA helicopter flew in to the Strong Rock parking lot. And Dave is here. And you got a swing and a miss by Irby. That's a new addition, by the way, to the GCAA towers in Demarest. You can now fly onto the top of the building. Yes, this is all fake, by the way. No truth to it. There's no GCAA helicopter. Dave did not fly in. That is fouled away by Irby. Bottom of the order when you get to the bottom of the second for East Georgia State. Paisley Wallace will begin it. Jalen Hall. Aubrey Clark 2 up in the inning 2. Every home run hit thus far has been of the solo variety. Popped up on the infield. Jada Akeson able to get it at short. Irby is out, number 1. Madison Martin next. Let's see, did I give you all of the iPhone weather app info? 8:18 sunset. And this new feature that I just found, the moon, 226,739 miles away. One-0 pitch to Martin. Well, you had 1 out and 1 out. 1 out of the park and 1 out here in the top of the second. And it's a 1-run ball game with Madison Martin at the plate. Cambry Isaacson to the on-deck circle. Ground to second, picked up there by Hall. Goes to first, gets Martin on the 4-3. East Georgia finishing 7-13 in the conference. 10-28 overall. South Georgia 4-14 in conference play. And their overall mark at 15-33. Foul away to the left side. Andrew Collins and Georgia Highlands to follow. And then the two teams that got an opening round bye, Gordon and Georgia Military College. And Georgia Military playing in the 4 o'clock. And the host, Gordon, in the 7 o'clock game. That is dribbled over towards first, but foul. McRae gets to it, but in foul territory. Popped up on the infield. Over in foul territory, right beneath us, seated here on the portico. And didn't see what happened, but I can tell by reactions that it was not caught in the Isaacson at bat. We'll continue. Michaela Edwards moving to the on-deck circle. Fouled away by Isaacson. Paisley Wallace, Jalen Hall, Aubrey Clark. When you get to the bottom of the second. Ibarra's pitch, it is off for the mitt of Jada Akeson. On is Isaacson. Reaches compliments of the East 6. And a base runner on for the top of the order, Michaela Edwards. Edwards with a single and a run scored in the first. Grace Adamonis moving to the on-deck circle. Taking off for second is Isaacson. She will get in safely. And then tying run in scoring position. Edwards, the right-hander. Georgia Military 1, Gordon 2, Georgia Highlands 3, East Georgia 4, South Georgia 5, and Andrew Collins 6, but they're all here, which means everybody's got an opportunity. Two teams with an above 500 overall mark. Georgia Military and Georgia Highlands. Fouled away by Michaela Edwards. Edwards, a .378 hitter on the year. 10 walks, 14 strikeouts, 15 RBIs. That is sent towards center field, and a long run and catch made by Paisley Wallace. Man, we've already seen so much in not quite 2 innings. Big offensive plays, now big defensive plays as we head to the bottom of the second.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Line laid down by Wallace. But it will roll just a little bit foul, and Wallace will come back to the plate. Jalen Hall, Aubrey Clark, 2 up in the inning, 2. We are 29 minutes into the ball game, and this is the last of the players to get their first at-bat. Paisley Wallace leading off the bottom of the second. A little bit outside with a pitch. Edwards picks it up at third, goes to first with a throw. Wallace trying to bunt single, and she'll get thrown out for out number 1. Top of the order, Jalen Hall to the plate.
Now batting for East Georgia, number 20, Jalen Hall.
That is sent out of play for Hall, who popped out to left field in the first. 0-2 the count, 1 away, nobody aboard. Third inning for South Georgia starts with Anamonis. Ground to second, fielded by Isaacson. A 5-3 and a 4-3. Count for the first 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And one of the 3 who have already homered in the game. Jada, make that Aubrey Clark coming to the plate. Jada Aikson moving to the on-deck circle. She's homered too. As has Trinity Johnson for the Hawks. Nobody aboard, bottom of the second. 3-2 East, Georgia State lead. A little bit outside of the strike zone. Garrett trying to keep it away from that spot that Clark found and pounced on in the first. Strike delivered. Clark thinking a trip first was coming, but Blue says it's into the zone. And there is strike number 2. Strong Rock Christian School sitting on the portico, which is just over the first base dugout. Count full, 3-2, Clark. Awaiting the pitch. That is floated towards for short. And coming in to make the catch is Joyner. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second. We head to the third in a one-run game. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off the top of the third inning for South Georgia, the left fielder, number 8, Grace Adamanis.
Top of the third, Grace Adamanis will start in. Madison Schramm and Savannah Gamon due up in the inning, too. Adamanis sacrificed Edwards into scoring position in the first. Now to the plate in the third. Akeson, Howard, and Mills when you get to the bottom of the third for East Georgia State. That is floated towards left field. That's going to drop in as a base hit. One hop to the wall. On her way to second is Adamanis, and the tying run in scoring position for the Hawks. So a runner in second, Savannah Gamon. Moving to the on-deck circle as Madison Schramm comes to the plate. But first, a conversation in the circle with Isabella Ibarra. We are joined by the infamous one. He likes to be referred to as King David.
Nope.
Dave Elder, the commissioner of the GCAA. All right, now, Dave,
No, that infamy, I can't hear me in here.
At all?
I can hear you. I can't hear me in here.
Well, I can hear you, so I guess that's good.
I don't know.
I'm trying to quieten it down because I know you complain about how loud I like it.
Maybe it's just these new headphones.
It might be.
Wow.
Do you hear it at all? Do you hear you at all?
Yes, it's sort of like those noise-canceling headphones.
Uh-huh.
You know you're talking, but you're not really hearing
Don't
yourself.
take that personally, by the way.
And that infamy, that 20 cents won't get you and me a cup of coffee in the morning. So let's put perspective where it actually is.
Well, but I was thinking as I was setting up, I've been in broadcasting for, I don't really want to talk about how many years, but I've got to turn the volume up.
I do too.
And that hurts you. It hurts your ears, so I went a different route so that it would be gentle on your ears.
And pristine to our viewers at home. Yeah, very much so.
Now, I can plug in a port that gives you some of what I'm getting, but
no, I'm getting it now.
Okay.
Maybe it's just getting it.
Maybe it just took a while.
It did. So.
Madison Schratt with a base runner at second, 3-2 ball game.
We got a good one. I'm sorry. Hey, look, I left the house, Northeast Georgia, 2 hours on Google Maps, and when I can avoid Atlanta, I will. But to get here, you can't avoid Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And so I sat in a parking lot, also known as I-85, for 30. It added plus 35 minutes.
Actually, that's not bad, all in all. I mean, 35 minutes in Atlanta.
There's other times that, yes. A couple of years ago, I was at baseball in Cartersville and trying to get down here, or Lake Point. And this is like 2.5 hours for an hour and 15 minutes. There's no downtime in Atlanta anymore. It's just got to bite the bullet and go through it sometimes. Now, look, if we're going down like to Tifton next week for baseball, I'll go to Athens, Macon, and pick up there. I'll avoid Atlanta. So,
well, thus my early morning arrival this morning. As Savannah Gamon comes to the plate, Schratt strikes out. But I just figured if I stop.
What time did you get in this morning, by the way?
About 3:30, as that is hit into center field. Ricochets off of Wallace into scorer Adamanis. An extra bag for Gamon. So it'll be a single and an E8. And we are tied at 3.
Now batting for South Georgia, the shortstop, number 7.
Jessica Joyner to the plate. But yeah, it was either get in at 3:30 this morning or stop along the way, and I may or may not get here. I might still be somewhere in Atlanta.
You probably made the right choice.
Strike delivered to Jessica Joyner. Go ahead run in scoring position. Hawks trying to reclaim the lead. Had it briefly in the top of the first. Trinity Johnson moving to the on-deck circle. Ground over to third. Picked up there by Reynolds. Goes to first for the out. Back to third, but safely on bag 3 is Gamon. Well, this is another one of those years where, yeah, you've got a 1 and a 2 seed and a 3, 4, and 5 and 6. But there's parity in the GCAA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at any standings in any sport, and you take I've always gone by the 50% threshold. And top 50% are going to have a winning record. Bottom 50% will have a losing record. And once again, that pans out.
Yep.
And but, when you get to this point, you just never know, a break here or a break there. And crazy things have happened, and they have happened here, and we have seen those things happen here.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember, a 1 seed has not won often.
It has now become the joke through the coaches, the conference, that the number 1 seed is the jinx. It's the jinx seed. So
Ashley Bunn doesn't want to hear that. That is dropped into left field. In comes Gamon.
well, Ashley Bunn has actually said that. And Allie has said that, the Gordon coach, the GMC coach. So both of them have said that. That number 1 seed, of course, you always want to win the regular season because that does give you the number 1 seed and really the best spot going through the tournament. But because what has transpired over the course of quite a few years now, it's the dreaded number 1 seed.
Well, you got Georgia Military at 1, Gordon 2, Georgia Highlands 3. As South Georgia has reclaimed the lead. Had a 1-run advantage in the first. Now 1-run advantage with a runner at first. And Johnson's picked up her second RBI. Zoe Irby to the plate. Madison Martin moving to the on-deck circle. Conversation with Ibarra over. And Irby, who popped out to short, coming to the plate. That is popped up out of play. Back at Strong Rock. What about next year? Do we know?
Don't know yet. Won't know till our August meeting.
So that is a year-to-year thing.
It is a year-to-year thing. I think, boy, Strong Rock, I will say they've got the field looking good. Wow. Normally this time of year, the Bermuda is just starting to turn. They've put the nitrogen to this thing and got it green early. They got it looking good.
It is gorgeous, and they've just recently laser cut. So they've worked on the turf just for the GCAA.
I doubt that. No, they did that for Strong Rock, but we'll take it. We'll take the benefits of them doing that for us as well.
In foul territory, able to come up with it is Reynolds. Irby flies out, leaving Johnson on, but Gamont and Adamanis score to give the Hawks a 1-run lead. We head to the bottom of the third. Jade Egson starts at Hannah Howard and Harley Mills due up in the inning, too. Winner of this one's got Georgia Military. The winner of the next one has Gordon at 7.
So by the end of the day, we'll have 2 teams in the losers bracket.
Aaron getting Egson on. Miscue by Joyner and short. And a base runner on for Hannah Howard. Hannah Howard with a double, scored a run in the first. Well, Dave, you're getting texts from the Dave Alner fan club. Did you get the out? Yeah, it was bang, bang at first. But Isaacson able to get it to Johnson for the out of Howard as Aikson goes to second. But the Dave Alner fan club says that.
No, I just want to know what Gordon's assistant coach, Nikki, she's a teacher. I wonder if I better be her planning period because she was watching or listening to the game or both.
It is okay. They can watch GCAA games at class.
She's
Mills bringing in Aikson. It's a tie game at 4.
She's in the public school system, so who am I to say anything? But you're exactly right. She can watch. Anybody can watch the GCAA tournament. We're glad to have them.
Well, as a matter of fact, that might be part of the curriculum today.
It could be.
In class, we're going to watch the GCAA softball championships. Quinn McIntyre with a single and an RBI in the first. Coming to the plate with a base runner at first in a 4-4 ball game. Boy, this is going to be a back and forth contest, apparently.
Now batting first base is left fielder number 58, Quinn McIntyre.
Out of the strike zone to McIntyre. Ariel Reynolds to the on-deck circle. That's a base hit into center field. Mills putting on the brakes at second. McIntyre on at first. 6th hit in the game for the Bobcats.
Now batting first, Georgia.
And a couple of base runners on.
Station-to-station softball right now. That's if you're a coach, you take that. I'll take a base hit, base hit, base hit. Everybody just keeps moving up one bag.
Making a few little adjustments so Nikki can hear you better.
She just said, I can hear Robert fine.
Well, we want everybody to hear Dave Alner. I might have to give you my headsets.
Or I could just get off and let them listen to you the whole time. That actually probably would be
no,
better.
that would not be apropos, as we say.
It's been a long. I mean, we've spent quite a number of years here under the portico.
Yep. And why is it a portico, by the way, and not a porch? You told me previously. I forget.
It's a much bigger porch.
So is that what a portico is, a bigger porch? I've never looked it up.
Oh.
Popped up to second over to make the catch, Isaacson, and out will go Reynolds.
I think a few years back I looked it up and gave you the definition of that. Either way, regardless, it is a nice covered porch here on the second level, allowing us to look down onto the field, giving us a great view of the field here at Strong Rock.
Outside of the strike zone with a pitch to Riley McCray, Paisley Wallace to the on-deck circle. Baseball starting on Monday in Tifton.
Yes, Monday will be a play-in game.
One game only Monday?
One game only. Yep.
Noon start?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock start and that's already been settled. There's still a couple of games left to be played tomorrow, but looking at that last night of the bottom 3, then you start getting the head-to-head. It'll be South Georgia and East Georgia playing tomorrow.
Monday,
excuse me, yes. The days run together. When you get to this time of year, the days run together. Which facility are we going to be at? Which sport are we dealing with? So we'll wind down softball this week. Our champion will go to Region 10. That's the Carolinas, and in all likelihood, it'll probably be Gaston College. They're pretty impressive this year. I've heard from several.
Pop up by McCray. Couple of runners stranded, one runner in. It is knotted up at 4 as we go to the 4th.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for South Georgia State, the right fielder, number 20, Madison Martin.
Top of the fourth gets underway. The 8-hitter Madison Martin coming to the plate, ground into a 4-3. In the second, back to the plate in the fourth, Camry Isaacson and Michaela Edwards. 2 up in the inning, 2. Now with the no knowledge of where the games will be played next year, is that true with baseball as well? Everything decided in August?
Yeah, but about the only thing we have decided is basketball and the top seed in men's and women's basketball. If they win that first round game, then they're hosting. But still, we don't know that till 3-4 days beforehand. But we do know where the semis and finals are at that point, so they don't put in bids. I mean, ABAC decided to put in a bid. ABAC left us last year.
Into left field, that'll be a base hit to begin the fourth for Martin and company.
And they moved up to NAIA, but they offered to host, and so that's what will be in Tipton.
Now the winner here taking on the Region 10 winner, isn't that new? Last year wasn't it a direct trip to the Nationals?
No, it was the year before that. It was a direct trip. So things change when you start getting numbers or losing numbers, and usually from a national standpoint, if the more that you have in your region, you tend to get more direct bids. When you start losing them, then you end up playing other regions to get to that point.
And Gadsden is where?
Gastonia,
North Carolina.
Outside of Charlotte. So apparently they play their games in a minor league baseball field. But don't know yet. I was on the phone with their commissioner when I was driving down. And we're in constant contact, especially when we get to this time of the season. If they don't play there, if the minor league team's there, then I think they'll play at Queens College.
Got the out lead runner.
Which that's Charlotte. So
base runner on is Isaacson with 1 away. Top of the order coming to the plate, Michaela Edwards.
Now batting for South Georgia State, the third baseman, number 1.
And that happens when?
Next week.
Weekend?
You asked me questions even above my pay grade.
Outside of the strike zone with a pitch to Edwards. Edwards with a single and a fly out to center field.
Since we're not hosting it, I did not put that on my calendar.
So we don't know.
I can find it out.
Grace Adamanis on deck, stolen base belonging to Isaacson.
See, with next week, with me being covered up, I get it to somebody's list. That must be 7th and 8th. I had it on my computer, but I don't have my computer up.
Now that you mention it, too, it did just dawn on me that last year Georgia hosted because it was playing at ABAC.
Yes.
Edwards 1 for 2 in the game. That is sent back to the screen foul.
And, when we get this time of year, my job really becomes more meteorologist. Because, we're always dealing with storms this time of year. You remember when we were down at ABAC and baseball, and we had to move over to Thomas University. And that going to drop in?
It is
great
caught.
Catch.
Wow. And then to be able to get up uninjured. I mean, the way she twisted around, I thought for a moment a shoulder injury was coming.
I was thinking exactly because she landed on that arm, but obviously it was all right. Good catch by her.
2 gone. Isaacson still at second. Grace Adamanis, a sacrifice and a double in the game.
So their games will be next Wednesday and Thursday.
And ahead of the pitch is Adamanis. Madison Schrade to the on-deck circle.
You know, I'd looked, Gaston had lost like 3 ball games during the season.
Wow.
And what strange thing was 2 of their 3 losses were to Lewisburg, a Division III team.
Popped up to the right side. And coming in to make the catch is Hannah Howard. Adamonis with the flyout, 1 base hit, 1 stranded in a 4-4 game as we head to the bottom of the inning.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Craps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Well, that's some of the stuff that's coming up this summer here on JockJive. When the academic year ends, our sports does not, and we'll be working with the Showcase Series. And one of the first weekends, headed to Southern Miss. 10 different weeks, about 14 different venues, baseball all summer long. Here on JockJive. Bunt and foul by Paisley Wallace. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. Top of the 4th was the first top part of the inning thus far in the game where a run did not play. Wallace ground into a 5-3 in the second. Jalen Hull, Aubrey Clark due up in the inning, too. That is fouled away. Well, best I recall, it gets kind of warm here about 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Isn't that when the sun...
You're exactly right. Yeah, we've had some hot afternoons here.
Outside with the pitch. I was thinking maybe that you would have like a sunblock or some sort set up as a result. You know, a GCAA wall.
Need to take that up with Strong Rock.
Ground foul over towards left. Andrew Collins has arrived. They'll take on Georgia Highlands in the next bout at 1 o'clock this afternoon or thereabouts. That's a base hit into left field, and Paisley Wallace starting off the bottom of the 4th with a single. 7th hit of the game for the Bobcats.
Is it me, or did we sit in those high chairs where we could see over the railing?
We did have them previously, yes.
We might have to rearrange in between games because I feel like I'm looking through this railing the whole time trying to actually see the ball game.
Of course, the problem will thus become your Fanny, your derriere,
well,
will be a table level.
We had the tables previously, right? So we made something
No, this
work.
is a different table. We had one. Now we have two. And I think it is a different level table.
Well, I'd rather.
It's been 2 years.
I'd rather be. You mean you can't remember what happened
No.
2 years ago?
I can't
I can't
remember this
remember 2
morning.
days ago.
Yeah. Jalen Hall with a fly out and a ground out 0 for 2 in the game. Aubrey Clark moving to the on-deck circle. East Georgia trying to reclaim the lead. Off and running in with a stolen base is Wallace.
You know, every year we sort of have a dark horse in the tournament. It'll be interesting to see. Probably won't be able to tell today, but I'm sure tomorrow we'll have a conversation about who the dark horse is in the tournament.
Nobody gets eliminated today as that one has popped up to center field. Zoe Yerby will make the catch. Holding at second is Wallace. A good look there. The runner in scoring position, Paisley Wallace. Representing the go-ahead run, top of the fifth. It'll be Schramm, Gamont, and Joyner for South Georgia. Clark with a homer and a flyout, 1 for 2 in the game. That is sent towards Irby in center. She'll make the catch, and Wallace again has to hold. Two outs for Jada Aikson. And coach coming out to the circle to have a conversation with Garrett. Kind of an odd spot for a conversation. Couple of flyouts.
Well, it is, but it isn't. You start with a runner on second in scoring position on second base with no outs. You get 2 fly balls to center field. Okay, does your pitcher sort of relax and let up? So, hey, look, you've battled right here to get the 2 outs. Don't let up at this point. Let's get this out and not give up the run. So,
and I noticed, too, that Garrett kind of stretched that arm a little, maneuver that I do all the time these days, trying to get something that's aching worked out. But I don't know if that had anything at all to do with the visit or if it was exclusively strategy or focus. Jada Aikson taking a high pitch. Mama's going to have to get some time for Paisley Wallace's jersey. It's Georgia red clay red. And second, trying to break apart the 4-4 tie. Walk to Aikson, she'll go to first. I'm thinking that was an intentional, unintentional walk or vice versa. Aikson with a home run earlier.
Unless it's an extra base hit, that runner on first is not going to hurt you, but what it does put a force on.
Hannah Howard with a double and a ground out, 1 for 2 in the game. And we'll see if that semi-intentional walk is motivation for Howard. Harley Mills on deck. Into the strike zone with the opening pitch, showing bunt is Howard. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for South Georgia in the fifth. Little inside with a pitch. That's a base hit into center field, and we'll bring in Wallace. Aikson on her way to third, and now almost tagged out, but able to get back safely was Howard, and in the process, that allowed Aikson to go in and score.
Yep. by not able to hold on to the ball for the third out. Yeah, the first runner from second scored, but by not holding on to the ball there at first base and tagging the runner, allowed her to get back, and then it allowed the runner on third to score. So that runner on first that you, as you said, unintentionally, intentionally walked, did hurt.
Indeed. So the strategy backfires. They are tending to Howard. We heard Coach say, just got the wind knocked out of her. You know, that word just in front of, because I've had the wind knocked out of me, it's not something that feels like you're going to be normal again.
No, it isn't. I got hit one time by a guy who playing baseball who ended up being a starting strong safety for the University of Georgia football team. I was running to catch one of those bloopers from second base and had my arm up, and he hit me just underneath the armpit. I literally thought I was going to die because it was not. You understand? You get hit low in the stomach, but you get hit up that high, and the crazy thing was, a year later he's starting for University of Georgia, and I'm in the stands, and the Tennessee wide receiver comes across, and he lays the wood to him, and the guy's out. You know, when you're out, your ankles turn out. You can't do that when you're awake. And I jumped and cringed, and my wife and I, we were dating at the time. She said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I just had a flashback." And I said, "I know exactly how that guy feels." I said, "At least he had on pads. I had nothing on." But that's not when you get hit right there, it is not a good feeling.
Harley Mills okay, though. That's the good news about getting the wind knocked out of you. You can and do recover fairly quickly. It's just during that recovery time, you're like, well, I don't know if she's all together because that was fouled away.
She got down to second. Physically, she got down to second quick. Mentally, that was a foul ball. I got to come back.
It stood there for a while. But she'll go back to first. Harley Mills, a walk and a single. That is sent into right field. That'll be extra bases for Mills. Well, no, she'll put on the brakes and go back to first, but does drive in Howard.
And this 3 spot at the bottom of the inning has all been with 2 outs.
3 runs, Wallace, Aikson, and Howard coming in with 2 gone. And let's see if we are going to get a change in the circle, and we are. Garrett coming out, new pitcher coming in when we return.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Mikey, helmet.
The new pitcher is the former shortstop Jessica Joyner. The new short is the former second baseman Camry Isaacson. Leaving immediately with the first pitch is Mills, and she'll get in safely. And there is a new second baseman as soon as I can pick up the numbers on the back of the jersey. I believe that is a 3, which would be Kate Newman. Ground right back to Joyner, goes over to first. And out goes McIntyre on the 1-3, leaving Mills on but 3 runs in. And the game's biggest lead comes after 4.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for South Georgia, number 11, Madison Schride.
Top of the 5th, Madison Sherrod, line drive shot, caught on the shoelaces by Reynolds. And there is a pitch and an out in the 5th.
Now batting for South Georgia, number 6, Savannah Galmont.
Savannah Gamont next. Gamont ground out to the pitcher that produced a run in the first, and then singled in the third, 1 for 2 in the game. An RBI and a run scored. Jessica Joyner into the on-next circle. Ground to short. Aikson's got it, goes to first, and there's 2 away. Jessica Joyner next.
Now batting for South Georgia, number 7, Jessica Joyner.
0 for 2 in the game, a fly out to short and ground out to third. Bottom of the 5th, 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Ariel Reynolds, Riley McCray, Paisley Wallace all due up. That will ricochet off for the mitt of a diving Ariel Reynolds and turn into a 2-out single for Jessica Joyner. So a base runner on for Trinity Johnson. Johnson is homered and singled, got the bookends of the cycle, driven in 2 and scored 1. Running is Joyner, thrown out, and she will slide into the tag for out number 3. So a single but caught stealing is Joyner as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Georgia, number 8, Tajay Haynes.
We head to the bottom of the fifth in a 7-4 ball game, opening game of the GCAA Softball Championships. A 7-4 lead. And that is ground to second, picked up by Newman, goes to first, gets the out. A couple of newcomers making that happen at the plate. It was Tajay Halls.
Now batting for East Georgia, number 24, Ainsley G.
And at second, it was Kate Newman. Right back to the pitcher, 2 gone. And Paisley Wallace coming to the plate.
Now batting number 3, Paisley Wallace.
A little bit outside with the pitch to Wallace. Top of the order, Jalen Hall to the on-deck circle. That is popped up left side, and to make the catch is Grace Adamonis. And the Bobcats go quickly and quietly in the bottom of the fifth.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Craps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning for South Georgia, number 15, Trinity Johnson.
Top of the 6th, Trinity Johnson is starting off. Zoe Irby and Madison Martin. 2 up in the inning as well. 3-run Bobcat lead. Here in the latter stages of the game, Johnson with a home run and a single. 2 RBIs, 2 for 2. Top of the order in the bottom of the 6th for East Georgia. Hey, a reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please do. Should be a subscribe button nearby. Just kind of run that cursor over the button and click. That is it. I mean, that's the extent of the process. Popped up on the infield. Calling for it at short. Jada Akes, and out goes Johnson. We'd like to get to 7,000 soon. I think we are like a subscriber or 2 away from 6,400. And while you're at it, might as well subscribe to our premium channel. Popped up to first, and in to make the catch, McCray. Out goes Irby. As well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And we will keep you updated on everything we are up to. Okay, almost everything we're up to. Fielded at third by Reynolds, over to first. Martin out on the 5-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the Bobcats, hoping to add some insurance.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for East Georgia, number 20, Jalen Hall.
Bottom of the 6th, top of the order, Jalen Hall starts it. Aubrey Clark and Jada Akeson 2 up in the inning, 2. Hall 0 for 3 in the game. Has popped out to left and center in between, ground out to second. High inside pitch to Hall. Aubrey Clark, Jada Akeson also coming up in the inning. Bottom of the order starts the top of the 7th. Over towards the dugout at third. That's a new feature, I think, since, I don't know if it was the last time, but one of the times we were here in the netting in front of the dugout. So those hot shots can't wind up rattling inside the dugout. Again, hit to the left side, foul. Hall sending that one towards center field, and then a diving catch by Zoe Irby. Great play in center by Irby for out number 1, denying Hall an opportunity to get on. And there's one away for Aubrey Clark. On the inside part of the plate to Clark, who is homered and popped out twice, 1 for 3. Jada Akeson to the on-deck circle. That is hit deep towards center field. It will leave the park. Second Aubrey Clark round tripper. Every home run, 4 now, have been solo shots. Just right out over the fat of the plate. And innocent yard on Joyner. Clark, home run number 2. Jada Akeson to the plate. Well, the last time Aubrey Clark had a home run, Akeson followed with one of her own. Akeson with a homer, reached on an error and walked. and has scored 3 runs. Ground is short. Isaacson not able to get into first in time. Aikson beats it out. And a runner on for Hannah Howard. Howard a double, a single, and ground out. An RBI and 2 runs scored. Harley Mills to the on-deck circle. That's a base hit into center field. Aikson going to third. The throw to third, allowing Howard to take second. And a couple of base runners in scoring position for Harley Mills. Mills has walked and singled twice, 2 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. Got a piece of it, sends it foul. Quinn McIntyre to the on-deck circle. Well, I mentioned there is a 3-hour window for the game. Knocked down by Joyner coming out of the circle. Throw over to first. In time steal. Compliments of Isaacson. That will turn into a 1-6-3 put out of Mills, but Aikson comes in. And it'll give Mills an RBI. Quinn McIntyre 2 for 3 in the game. Has an RBI. The lone out was a ground out to the pitcher. Can we have back-to-back? Nope. Thought for a moment it would be really unusual to have back-to-back 1-6-3 putouts at first. But not quite. And hit or error. I'm unofficial. I'm going to credit McIntyre with a hit. Isaacson a little bit of a bobble. That will be an error. McIntyre on and Reynolds is as well. Lead goes to 6, 2 are aboard. Riley McCray to the plate. Players gathering around Jessica Joyner, who came into the ball game in the 4th for Emily Garrett. And has worked into the bottom of the 6th. By the way, the numbers on Emily Garrett, the starting pitcher for South Georgia State. 3 1/3 innings of work, 23 faced, no strikeouts. 2 walks, 9 hits, 6 runs. And then handed over to Jessica Joyner. Fouled away by McCray, Paisley Wallace on deck. Winner of this one plays later. Loser of this one plays even later, tomorrow. Popped up on the infield. Edwards will make the catch at third. And McCray flies out as the Bobcats tack on 3 to the lead.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for South Georgia, number 10, Embry Isaacson.
Top of the 7th gets underway. Bottom of the order, Camry Isaacson coming to the plate. Michaela Edwards, Grace Adamanis due up in the inning, too. Well, the Hawks know the task. They have got to get 6 to force a bottom part of the inning, 7 to take the lead. Isaacson has reached on an error and ground out to third. High fly ball, center field. That leaves the park. 5 home runs in the game, all solo shots. And this time it is Camry Isaacson.
Now batting for South Georgia State, the third baseman, number 1, Michaela Edwards.
Well, now there's a need for 5 more runs to force the bottom part of the inning. Home runs from Johnson, Isaacson, 2 from Clark, 1 from Aikson. It has been a 5 home run game. Top of the order, Michaela Edwards, Grace Adamanis on deck. Isabella Ibarra trying to pick up the win for the Bobcats, move them into a matchup against Georgia Military, flown to center field. Edwards will fly out for out number 1. Grace Adamanis next. Has sacrificed, doubled, and flown out to right. Madison Schrod moving to the on-deck circle.
Now batting for South Georgia, number 8, Grace.
A 4-game day. This the first of the 4. Loser of this one playing the loser of the next one. Georgia Highlands College and Andrew. Tomorrow. A little bit outside with a pitch to Adamanis. A run in the first and second, 2 in the third, and thus far 1 in the 7th for South Georgia State. East Georgia State, 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 3 in the 6th. That is popped up left side, foul territory, but it looks like, and indeed the catch will be made by Quinn McIntyre. And South Georgia State down to their last out. Madison Schrod with a walk, a strikeout, and a line out to third. 0 for 2 in the game. That is floated towards center field. Routine, though, catch made by Wallace, and that is your ball game. So this one will end after 6.5. And the higher of the two seeds advances in the winner's bracket. South Georgia State with an elimination game tomorrow. And there are your final numbers. For South Georgia State, 8 hits, 2 errors, 4 stranded. Got a run each in the first, second, and seventh. Got a couple of runs in the third. And for East Georgia, 13 hits, 2 errors committed, 7 left on, 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 3 in the sixth. East Georgia State meets Georgia Military later today. South Georgia State tomorrow, taking on the loser of Andrew College and Georgia Highlands. So game 1 in the books, and in about an hour, maybe a little more than that, we'll get to game number 2, Andrew College and Georgia Highlands. Don't forget, follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock Eastern.